God bless you. This is Stephen Lynch from Soul Ministry. What a blessing it is to share with you the words of encouragement because God is a God of second chances. He is a God that understands our thoughts that are far off. And though our life seems like a mystery from one day to the other, God has a plan for you. Just like there was a man that was in the tombs, that was isolated from family and friends. He had lost his mind, lost everything, and he was bound by spiritual spirits that had him under captivity. So much so that he was bound and could not clearly think for himself. He would often torture himself, and people would try to help him, and they could not help him. He had supernatural strength. He lived in the tombs in the graveyard. But I come to encourage you that God is a God of second chances. Because when Jesus came into the area of the Gadarenes, he met this man with all of these problems, ran and fell at his feet and worshiped him. I want you to know in this life, many times we are thrown curves. We're faced with things we just don't understand. And many times we feel like throwing in the towel and throw up the question, why me? Life sometimes seems like it's just not fair. But there is a God that no matter what is thrown in your life, he has the power to deliver you. No matter what habit, what your past has been, how many times you've experienced tragedy, disappointment, heartbreak, divorce, unemployment, all of those things seem like there is no end to relief from pain and agony and disappointment. But I want you to know that God is a God of love and a God of understanding. Because this man was at his very end and he had nowhere else to turn, but he turned unto the Lord. And that's a significant part is that, many times in a bad situation, we get accustomed to just being in a survival mode and not being proactive and doing something about it. This man that lived in the tombs had his opportunity. He already knew that he was in a situation where he needed some help. He didn't know how to find help, but he saw Jesus afar off. And he ran, he fell at his feet, and he cried out to God. And I'm telling you, despite what condition you may be in right now, you're just right for God to work a miracle on your behalf. God, even though it seems impossible, God is merciful. Many times we look at things and we look for someone to blame. And when we look at the person to blame, it's all our fault. God specializes in working with those that accept fault. When you accept fault, then God is a God of forgiveness. You can't get help till you realize that you need it. God is there to help you. Open up your heart today. Close your eyes and realize there is a God that rules over the world and has all power in the palm of his hand. For the Bible said, they that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. And no matter what your dilemma is right now, God can save you from it. But you got to open up your mind and release your faith and say, God, here am I. And let me help you out. God already knows your situation. He knows, hallelujah, your mental state. He knows your financial, your physical condition. He knows the whole story. And many times God is just waiting on you to open up your heart and say, God, I need your help. And when you open up your heart and let God come in, then you see that God is a God of second chances. He will come in just like with the man at the tombs. Even when the devil said, we got legions, we possess this man, we own this man. Jesus says, come out and let him And Jesus can speak to your storm and deliver you. You may be bound with drugs, bound with things that seem impossible, bound with things that you're even ashamed to admit. But when you give it to God, God will give you a second chance. God bless you. God keep you is our prayer.